These horsemen ride with the sound inside, with heads like thunder, the rock of your pride. We'll have no mercy for big, far and wide.
What's up, Whiskey Chaser fan? Welcome back to another video out here in Missouri, and I picked up a couple of Florida boys.
Stragglers.
Hell yeah. Florida man. Picked up a couple Florida man. We're headed out to the Tail of the Dragon out in Tennessee right now. Got Shadetree Surgeon right over there on the GL 500. And of course, you all know Mr. Mike Branch rides over here on his 1500, and I'm on the Yamaha. So we got 3 Jap bikes all riding down the roads on an epic road trip to awesomeness. Kind of just flying by the seat of our pants here, so it's gonna be a pretty good time. Hope to see you there.
All right, so headed out in Missouri. Gonna be trying, I think, to get to Nashville tonight. That's the plan. Yep. Another long, hard day of riding. It is what it is. That's why we're here. We're here to ride motorcycles. That's what we're doing. We're riding fucking motorcycles. I think Mike Branch got tired of listening to my exhaust. He pulled up in front of me, was pointing at his ear, and I couldn't figure out what he was trying to say, but I think he got tired of listening to this thing, which, I mean, hell, if I was behind me, I'd get tired too, so understandable.
Well, I know it's a little bit uncouth to stop on these big long rides, but we had to stop here because Mike needed an SD card, and we pulled up and parked in front of all the bikes right here, and then we had the big boy bikes. I just thought it was really funny. We're gonna jump back on the road, hit another 100 miles down that way. It's also really funny because you have 3 YouTubers here, and we're all creating content on the same shit. And so every time we stop, we just start talking to ourselves.
All right, rolling out. Josh has had to jumpstart this bike every time we stopped because he thinks the stator is bad or something, and so he has to take the side panel off. In order to do that, he forgot to put it back on when we just left the gas station. The thing fell off right in the middle of the street. Luckily, I was right behind him, and I stopped and grabbed it. But those things are expensive. I know they're very pricey. So that would have really sucked if nobody was there and a car ran over it or something and cracked and broke into a million pieces. I always forget we can turn right on red. We need to turn here? I was like, bro, where you going?
Hey, biker bro. Ducati.
All right, update. How you feeling, boys?
Good? Dude, I'm feeling twice as good as Mike Branch.
Twice as good.
Yeah, but he don't look half as good. I ain't saying much for either of us. No.
Well, I feel like shit. Everybody seems to be doing all right. We're, I would say halfway there. Maybe halfway there. Oh no, we're like 350.
277 miles to downtown Nashville.
377.
277.
Oh, 277 to downtown Nashville. So we're getting there, man. Just one step at a time. One step at a time.
So this is the first time I've been through St. Louis, and it's not pouring rain on me. I've never been through St. Louis dry. I've actually been on the motorcycle 3 times through St. Louis. Both other times, one of them was yesterday, and the other one was last May. I didn't even have the camera on because it was dumping rain, and I was completely soaked. There's Busch Stadium right there, and of course, the Arch, the gateway to the Midwest. Pretty damn cool. And we got this beautiful sunset right behind me, which just sets up this awesome sky. It's cool, dude. All right, check it out. We finally made it to Nashville. Oh, yeah, hey, we're going right through the middle. I like this. All right, headed to a hotel. Maybe see you there. I don't know.
All right, we finally made it to Nashville, Tennessee. Well, we're really in Franklin, Tennessee. It's like 15 miles outside of the city, but we're so tired that we're not going to do anything. We're literally just going to go to bed and do something tomorrow. So we'll see you then.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the next day. It's currently currently about 8:40 in the morning, leaving Nashville. And unfortunately, I am alone. Mr. Mike Branch Rides and Mr. Shadetree Surgeon are still back at the hotel because there's a huge rainstorm coming in. Gotta make it home, unfortunately. It was a hard decision, but I feel it was the right one. Go ahead and just go home. We didn't get to go to the Tail of the Dragon, unfortunately. And I'm really bummed about it, really upset, because yesterday we busted our asses to get here so that we could get out there and ride. But the thing is, sometimes you fail. That's okay. This time is a failure, unfortunately. But you got to make the right decision for you, and the safe decision, the decision to stay dry and keep the motorcycle safe, is to cut your losses and head home and come back and try again. That's what we're gonna do. Is we're gonna come back. We're gonna do this. It's gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen this time. I'm really upset. I feel really bad. And everybody stayed tuned to this point just to kind of get let down that this wasn't happening. But like I said, sometimes you fail. That's okay. At least that's what I'm gonna keep telling myself. I have about 900 miles back to New York City. If I stay on it, I can maybe make it for about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. So I don't know, man. It's gonna be a pain in my ass to get up there, but we're gonna do it. Mike and Josh have not decided yet if they're going to actually ride the tail or not. 100%. Go check them out. Obviously, if you're subscribed to me, you're probably subscribed to them as well. However, if you're not, please go check them out because they're great guys. I loved riding with them. We have never crossed state lines before. I have been in other states with these guys to hang out and party, but I have never crossed state lines. We went on a almost 600-mile cross-country road trip together, three of us, and I feel closer to them, which is awesome. And it's so cool how less than a year ago I met the guy for the first time. Now we're doing road trips, man. Once you accept that failure is an option, the world is your oyster. Because it doesn't mean you have to give up. It just means you have an opportunity to try again and do better. So I feel like that's what I learned here on this trip is how to do better. We're going to go back and we're going to tackle this thing. I am still really glad that I went with those guys because number one, even though it had a hard time, we had a great time riding together, and I'm happy that I got to cross some state lines with those guys. Number two, because I know that if I would have left Eureka today at 6 a.m. like I had planned on doing, I really, really wanted to stay and hang with everybody else who was down there. And everybody who was there that I didn't get to see, I'm really sorry. I wanted to, but then these guys were going. They said they were going to do the Tail of the Dragon, and I was like, shit, I gotta do it. If I would have left at 6 a.m. on Sunday morning like I had planned, I would not have been able to get home in time. Because I definitely want to get hit by this storm on the way back. By 7 o'clock, Nashville is going to be devastated with water. I wouldn't even have been able to make it to Nashville in time. It's an 8-hour ride non-stop from Eureka to Nashville. It was a really cool little town, and I was really excited to be there. But I also look at it as a blessing in disguise because this way I can get home safe and I can go do more rides as opposed to taking a risk. It's unfortunate that I didn't get to do things, but it's also fortunate that I get to go home. Because even if I didn't see people this weekend, if I can get home, then I can come out another weekend to another meet and see them then. And I'd rather do that than take the risk and potentially not make it back. So thank you everybody for understanding that.
Alright everybody, out here in Knoxville, Tennessee, standing in the middle of a Kroger parking lot talking to myself like a maniac, and people are staring at me. So, this is real nice. I stopped to get some lunch. Got some warm cheese and Italian meats that are gonna be delicious in this hot sun. I also got this sparkling lemonade, and I didn't realize it was sparkling. It's disgusting. It is hot right now. It's not raining, but I did just check the weather forecast, and it's gonna come down. Looks like Mike and Josh were kind of up in the air about if they were going to be going to Tail of the Dragon or not, weather depending. Josh's rear wheel was just way too flat, I think, way too, like there's no tread on it at all, and they decided that they were not going to go. They're going straight down. They went through Chattanooga. They're on their way through Atlanta right now, which is good. I'm glad, because the rain cloud is coming down there too, and I don't want them to get caught. I also got something very special. That's right. They had these here. If you were at the camp out, you know. Can't wait to get those home. Super, super excited about that.
The back of this truck says Viva Mexico, cabrons, and they have a Maryland plate. I don't know why, I just thought that was really funny. Got about 600 miles left. My goal is 2 o'clock. If I can get home before 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm gonna consider this a win. I'm kind of like a little upset now too that we didn't stop 100 miles before we got to Nashville, because if we did, that would have been another iron butt, and it would have kind of just been cool to do it again. Alright, back to boring. This isn't a bad thing. Boring is good. Just sucks. Alright, coming up on our old pal, Winchester, Virginia, which seems to be coming up a lot. Pulled over at a 7-Eleven, which I haven't seen for a while. If you guys don't know, 7-Eleven is my favorite convenience store. I actually have like a lot of rewards points and stuff with them because I go so often. And I even have like a gold pass that I pay for. It gives me more discounts. Because I love 7-Eleven so much. I pulled over to 7-Eleven. Got myself a delicious chili cheese glizzy. Chili cheese glizzy. Quarter pounder, baby. And I came out and I was putting gas in the bike. And I realized that I had a problem that I was not prepared for. The nut that was on the back of the horn somehow fell off. And the horn was just hanging by the by the contacts, and I have no idea how long it's been like that. I just know that I had to take it off and put it in the backpack, and now I have no horn. The sun is going down. We're in Virginia, so you know it's getting chilly. Through the warmer gloves back on, as well as the neck gaiter. This neck gaiter, by the way, I got it from Rainy Rider back at the Forgotten Angels campout. He gave me one, and it's from Indy Ridge. And both of those guys, Rainy Rider and Indy Ridge, I'm like really wanting to thank right now, because this is the one I brought with me, and it's like moisture wicking, so it draws the moisture away from you and spreads it out and evaporates. You know what moisture wicking is. I don't need to explain what moisture wicking is. So I wrapped it around my intake because obviously it was raining. So I wrapped it around the open intake, hoping that it would absorb most of the moisture and like evaporate it back into the air because we're moving so fast, as well as kind of like draw the moisture away from the filter. And it actually worked really well. I was extraordinarily surprised. I did have a little bit of a hiccup for about 10 seconds, but then it was fine after that. Yeah, Rainy Rider, dude, thank you so much for this thing, because not only is it keeping my face and my neck warm in these cold, long rides, but it also kept my bike from dying, basically. I'm just really happy about that. So thank you guys so much, Indy Ridge, for making a great product, and Rainy Rider for giving it to me. Got about 380 miles. Still underneath that 2 o'clock mark, but it's gonna be close. Let's see what happens. All right, 300 miles left. 200. All right, 100 miles left. Last stretch. Just for those who are keeping track, it's 36 degrees outside. We made it. I'm in the tunnel. Oh my God. I think that was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
Well, we finally made it back into the city after that very long, cold ride. This is actually about a week later. I really wanted to think about what I wanted to say on this, and I don't really want to delve too deep into it, but I do want to say that this was a very challenging ride. It was probably the hardest ride I've ever been on in my entire life, and that was really just that last couple of hours. It was just so cold going through Pennsylvania, New Jersey, coming back into the city, 32 degrees outside with, 60-mile-an-hour wind chill, and it was just, man, I was having such a hard time. Plus, that entire ride through Missouri just kind of really got me on the way out there. I got rained on, I got hailed on, like I was kind of just beat up. The fact that I didn't really sleep a whole lot in Eureka Springs didn't help, but I did have a fantastic time with everybody that was there that I did get to hang out with. I had a wonderful ride with Josh and Mike to Nashville, and that counteracts all those terrible times that I had. So I do want to say thank you for watching the video, but I'm very happy to have done it and shared it with you. I also have one very special message from the man himself, Mr. Shadetree Surgeon. Go ahead, hit it, Josh.
What's up, weirdos? Shadetree Surgeon here from the depths, the bowels, the very guts themselves of the Florida swamps. And I've got a message for you right now. If you aren't subscribed to Whiskey Chaser right now, what are you even doing with your life? You better hit that button, lick it, like it, love it, thrust it. Push, push, and push some more with all your might, or else deep dark in the middle of the night when you're dreaming your little dreams tucked in tight into bed, you'll feel a cold tickle along your feet and Shadetree Surgeon will be coming for you. So make sure you subscribe.
Well, you heard it yourself from the Swamp Wizard. If you're not subscribed to me, you definitely should. Go down there, make sure that red subscribe button is gray. About 76% of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed. So if you really like this content, if you want to see more, please subscribe to the channel and leave me a like and a comment. And I love you guys. Thank you for coming along with me on this journey. We'll see you later.